You want me to put that on my todger?
This one's wife. You are no longer royal. Hello, I'm H.G. Tudor. The only thing that this one's wife is able to trade on was the fact that she married a ginger prince. She has nothing else to offer. She believes that she has. Most of the world realizes that she has not. They gave her a chance. They soon saw that not only is she an unpleasant individual, that she is self-absorbed, a liar, someone who revises history, but also as an individual who has no talent and no charisma. The only reason that she is known is as a consequence of the fact that she ensnared Prince Harry. She has turned her hand to a variety of things to try and create some kind of empire. In every instance, she has, without doubt, failed. Unable to write, unable to give speeches, unable to inspire, unable to sing or dance or even act. Each thing she has turned her hand to has ended, as a consequence of an innate lack of talent and the fact that she will not pursue anything to a conclusion because she's a work-shy fop. Nevertheless, she has attained money off the strength of promising so much and delivering so little. She has gained international fame as a consequence of who she married, and then the repeated fixation with the PR puff pieces. Devoid of talent and ability, the only thing that she's able to cling on to, like a life raft, is her royal status, despite the fact that she has done everything to try and lose it. Once again, demonstrating the hypocrisy of this woman. This royal status she used to try and become a celebrity, but it has backfired. And now there are those that do not regard her as royal. Aisha Walsh, writing in the Mirror, reports, Prince Harry and this one's wife are no longer seen as royals in America, according to a world-famous star. The fun-loving criminal star Huey Morgan, for it is he, has claimed that the couple have caused derision over their motives in returning to the United States from the United Kingdom, and it has caused them to suffer a fall from grace. Huey, who hails from New York but lives in the United Kingdom, has claimed that Americans see the royal family like Disney World, and that people are obsessed with the idea of knowing the ins and outs of life in the palace. However, Huey believes Harry and this one's wife have lost their sparkle when it comes to the United States loving the royals after they became part of the Hollywood clique. He admitted that the couple would no longer be viewed in the same light as Prince William and Princess Kate or King Charles. Pausing there. That is bad news indeed for this one's wife, for her to learn that while she believes that she is a princess and a queen, that for her not to be viewed in the same light as the Princess of Wales, not least because she is the nemesis, presents a huge problem for her. Huey told Express.co.uk they gave up their royal titles, right? So he's just a dude living in America, like 340 million other people. I don't think people in America really look at them as royalty. I think they look at Charles, William and his wife as royalty, and he, Harry, is like the dude that skipped, you know? He added, he's not a royal, but they're in that whole Hollywood clique where people kind of look at them and roll their eyes. I mean, everyone does it to Hollywood people, but the whole idea of royalty in America is a novelty. While Harry and this one's wife are no longer referred to as His or Her Royal Highness, the pair have kept their titles as the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. Harry is also still a prince and is fifth in line to the throne in the United Kingdom. Harry and this one's wife famously dished dirt on their life with the royal family with a string of tell-all interviews. a Netflix docu-series, and of course, Harry's explosive memoir, Spare. Huey says this has led to Americans feeling that he did the family wrong by discussing personal matters so publicly. However, the musician does still feel Harry gains sympathy from the public over the death of his beloved mother, Princess Diana. Huey explained that to some, Harry came over with his American girlfriend and talked shit from the other side of the world, but to others he lost his mum, he's pissed off and he can't get over it. So that's the kind of dynamic in America. Now those are the observations of Huey from Fun-Loving Criminals, and he's as much entitled to such an opinion as anybody else. But it does seem to have merit. Interestingly, of course, you'll see that there is a vestige of affection and sympathy still for Prince Harry as a consequence of the loss of his mother, not so much for this one's wife. Instead, they are seen as non-royals, and this is dangerous for this one's wife. It can't just be Huey from Fun-Loving Criminals that thinks this way. Many others will look upon her and think, not only were you not really a royal because you married in, but your behaviour since has been such that you've wanted to reject the family that you joined that has given you all these perks and privileges. You've chatted shit about them, and we don't like that disloyalty. We don't like the incessant complaining and victimhood. We don't like the way that you've turned your back on them. She isn't afforded that stroke of sympathy that Harry gets, and therefore this presents a substantial problem for her. If Huey of the Fun-Loving Criminals identifies all of these things, it's highly likely that plenty of other people do also. And what that means is that the one thing that she has that is of any interest to some people within the United States is waning. The fact that they don't see her as being royal means, why on earth would you have any interest in this woman whatsoever? You wouldn't be interested in her for what she's got to say in relation to anything in the world because she just trots out fridge magnet platitudes and word salad. She doesn't have any meaningful insight into the human condition. She doesn't run a corporation. She doesn't come up with ideas that improve people's lives. She is a leech, a parasite, and at first people were only interested in her because they thought she had a story to tell in relation to her time in the royal family. But as a consequence of her narcissism, the frequent revisions of history, the victimhood and the pity plays, people both realised that much of what she said was utter bullshit, and it became boring and tedious, and they started to lose interest. That she, because of her narcissism, sought to bite the hand that fed her, thinking that she was bigger than the royal family, thinking that she could go it alone, that she would become this entrepreneur and celebrity, and she's found that doing those things requires talent and hard work, two things she doesn't possess. With Huey from the Fun-Loving Criminals identifying that she and Harry are no longer seen as royal, this presents a clear and present danger to this one's wife, that obscurity beckons, and that is a massive threat to control. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.